Welcome to Battle Vortex.
Hey folks, I'm getting ready to try to continue my Forsaken missions. I actually only just started last night. I didn't do so well my first time in. It took like 5 hours or something like that. Lost my decoy and all that stuff, and so I didn't really do too well. I'm guessing because I was pretty tired. I'm in a lot better condition right now, so I think I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. Let me go ahead and jump over to my game stream here. Alright. Let's see, fleets. I am repairing my guard. I was hit recently, but this right here is my guard that I use for hitting the 65s, or my fleet that I use for hitting the 65s. Basically, I have the 3 DNXs, I have a decoy Spectre sub, and I have a countermeasure Triton. The countermeasure Triton is equipped so that it's pretty much has the same combat speed as the DNXs, but getting that and the turn speed to match up is a little challenging, so I went ahead and it won't be a problem though. I'm sure it'll be fine. I do generally use my Spectres for prepping out the boats first, but I'm really fond of my Nighthawks. They're already out to sea, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. Alright. Oh, you watched me hit a 65 this morning? Yeah, it was kind of ugly. When I'm doing really good, I can actually do this with like about an hour's worth of repair, ish, an hour-ish, but it was bad. It was really bad. Now, I do have damage on my Nighthawks currently, but that's from the Let It Burn campaign. I wouldn't I was using this in the Let It Burn campaign, and I did take a couple of hits from some of those scouts. So I love these Nighthawks. So all right. So basically, I guess at this point, really, I just need to surface. My plan, generally, how I work these is I try to prep out the 8 boats first. You see, I just got one. And I do that by basically coming in on the bottom. They'll see me, and then I'll put 4. Or the 4 of them will come out on the bottom. But then I'll actually have to retreat and come back in at the top. Yeah, it's amazing how close I was able to get with those things. And that's what those makes me almost want to test it. Almost. See how close I can get to those torps. Because usually I'll use my Spectres, and I use them with an ECM. Is usually what I'll do. And but I guess I started doing that before I put stealth armor on my Spectres, because I know once upon a time they could see me. But now I'm like, I have stealth armor, retrofitting the stealth armor and all that stuff. And oh, I could get close, but apparently it was the whole turn thing. Let's see here. Let me come up here and get this boat. How awesome is that right there? I love how fast these are. It's like putting on the brakes so surfacing. Oh no, sorry, Energy Riders. I had to get my I need to let my base repair a little bit, and then I'll do War Commander some more. I really don't have a target prize that I'm going for. I'm just really trying to see how many points I can get, and then once I get the points, then I'll just pretty much buy the most expensive thing that I don't have already. is basically what my goal is. You know, I'm not like an elite War Commander player, so you know, I'm not one of those guys that's going to get to wave 70 and get all of the cool uniques, and I really don't have any of those. I do have a Widowmaker X, is the only unique I got, and I actually got that in one of those like Elite Spectre weekends. Yeah, I was very fortunate to got that, and in order to hit those targets for the Elite Spectre weekend, I actually had to have somebody else prep for me because I couldn't do it. All right, and retreat. I love getting these things fresh, you know. A lot of times you'll come in and part of it will be dead, or the boats will be prepped out, or whatever. Um, yeah, this is kind of like the yeah. I'm assuming Energy Rider, you're War Commander player, and you're familiar with Special Ops. That's like the weekly chore that you have on War Commander. This is the weekly chore we have on Battle Pirates, and it's just called Forsaken Missions, and and the strongholds are basically the targets that we need to hit to complete these. I love how close I can get though. And this is loaded up with the stealth armor and the Cat 3 is what I have in here. Wow, it never felt like firing. And that's something. Must have been that corner, huh? Must have been one of those just funky corners. Alright. Well, they're going to come out now, so it's not a big deal. Now, I guess Energy Rider, I didn't really do any kind of advertising for War Commander. Um, how did you hear about this Twitch feed and all that? Oh, is the Twitch stream not working right or what? Alright, one boat left. Nighthawks are so awesome. This is probably my new favorite hull. Energy Rider, I guess, are you not really familiar with Battle Pirates, I assume? Alright, let me retreat out of this. Alright, now I'm going to get my cool fleet out and see if it's nice to me today. See if I can make it work like I want it to work. Alright, so here's my my Stronghold fleet. This is level 65 is the big one. There's not any bigger than the 65. Alright, so I just come in a little bit below 9 o'clock to about 8 o'clock, or even 7 o'clock will be fine, but let's go ahead and hit that sucker. Yeah, that is a shame. I'm sure the regular Nighthawks will come back around again at some point. I'll go ahead and give you all the blow-by-blow. Just in case this turns out to be a good video and I do this exactly like I want to. Basically, the first thing that I usually do is when I come in, I'll target like just this bottom missile turret. Everything will spot and shoot at my decoy sub, but it can't hit it because it's submerged. Okay, so basically everything gets blocked by the surface of the water. But so all of my other boats can hide behind it. And you see right here, I'm already targeting these missiles up here, which is basically what I'm after. But as soon as these guys get up close enough, oh, looky here, I didn't intend for that to happen, where they would start shooting at my DNX, but it's all good. All right. See, now basically the trick with using a decoy is you can select all to and pick your target, and then you actually only really drive the decoy. The decoy is really the only thing that you really drive, so that's really the trick. All right. So basically, I was able to do that with take almost no damage whatsoever. And now I know it's only 2 platforms, so the fun part's yet to come. Now, my turn speed on my Triton's a little slow, so I always tell it to go first, and then I'll tell everything else to go, because you see how fast my DNX is turned. And then I'll switch over to my sub, and then I'll drive it. Now I always try to take my sub and just basically park them just a little bit in front. So I use my down key to stop fairly regular. I don't want to get too far in front, particularly when I know mortars are going to be firing at me. You see these mortars are incoming? And the whole idea here is for my DNX and my Triton to shoot down these mortars before they can kill my sub. Because those mortars have got hydrodynamic shells on them, which just means that they can pierce the water. Now here I got to be really careful, because you see now there's more of those things firing at me, and which basically just means that they have the more potential to overwhelm my fleet. Oh, 3. So far, so good. Alright, now I select all of them. So now I got that whole top part cleared out. Now my next thing I want to do is clear out the bottom down here. Hey, take care, Monster. Thanks for coming on. Now after I get this bottom corner here, get this stuff here wiped out, I'm really just going to target this one right here and then this. But then I'm going to go for this bombard right here that is, it's an anti-mortar turret. And I'm using mortars, so it's really the first thing that I want to go. And my intent is to try to overwhelm it. I'm going to give my sub here a second because it's getting ready to come up, and so when it starts to go back down, that's when I'll go in. Alright, so now it's up. It only stays up for 12 seconds, I think, or 10 seconds. I just did a show on this too. You'd think I know all this stuff by heart, but I don't. There's really a lot to know. This game's quite complicated, if you didn't know that already. Alright, I think oh, there is mortars in the air, but it'll be fine. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and target this bombard back here. Now see, my decoy's in front, so it's going to still keep taking the fire, but I do need to drive it. I don't want it to get too far ahead. It's just I got to manage this mortar fire. I'm going to go ahead and tell it to come all the way out here, and then I'm going to start driving my other boats up here. And really I want to hug the inside of this line here as much as I can, because I want them to splash as much as they can right here. Alright, now that I'm not going to be firing anymore, I can go ahead and tell my Triton to come out, and then I'll tell my DNXs to come out. I always tell my Triton first because it turns so slow. But you see, I was able to do a pretty good job on that. Alright, I am going to go ahead and just target that first sonar thing, because I actually want to drive in here and polish off this island. And I'm worried about potentially getting shot by that. I probably should have put my sub out here in front, but let's see here. Now I just basically told all my boats with mortars to target this first mortar here, and then I'm going to have it target the other one there, but I'm going to try to keep my sub in between. I don't want to get too close because these rockets also have hydrodynamic on it. They will also kill my sub, my decoy, which I don't want. Alright. Alright, so that right there stings a little bit right there, but I'm going to go ahead and tell my decoy to just park all the way over here to get some of the heat off my other boats. Hey, take care, Energy Riders. Thanks for coming out. Well, the rest of this should be pretty smooth sailing. The hardest thing from here is going to be really just avoiding this one torpedo bay. Um, Obviously, it can be done because I'm going to do it. Now, basically, my mortars should just start pretty much blowing everything away. I told it to target this guy right here. Nothing should shoot at those because they'll all should be busy shooting at my decoy sub here. Alright, so that's another quadrant knocked out. I'm just going to drive my subs out here. I think my countermeasure Triton should have an easy enough time shooting down, dealing with these couple of missiles here. Alright. Well, let's see here. Uh-oh. Alright. Awesome. I barely got away with that. Well, this should be the final run right here, and after that, this one here will be dead. Now I'm keeping this one torpedo bay there as long as I can, simply because it's the only reason my decoy is visible. That's that. That was a pretty good run, if I do say so myself. Looks like my buddy up here is getting hit. It's BS3 Samoan. I know some BS3 guys. I'm actually pretty good friends with some. Well, the Jugex. Well, he's not going for 100%, so looks like he's just going to inflict pain at this point. There's just really no point in continuing. But I don't know, that's how this game's played. I don't think I can grab him simply because I can't really see him behind that stronghold. But anyway, let me look at the amount of damage. That's not too bad, right? And an hour and 11 minutes. So this is generally like what I'd like to do all the time. And I do still have a few more of these. I've only hit 2 so far, and I have to hit 3 more, I believe, before I'm done. And the only prize that I have remaining is the gargoyle depth charge. I have everything else. And of course, the little bit of extra uranium will be nice too. So anyway, I guess I'll go out there and start on my next one. Fine relay. I think he's coming this way. Yeah, he doesn't know I'm there. Unless he's watching the stream. But then I may end up having to worry about him. I do have friends in BS3. Rhino Man, I think, is the leader or one of the leaders there. I don't know if he's the leader, but I actually have a co-worker in that alliance too. One of the guys that works in my office is there, and is also BS3. But Rhino Man and I started in Sector 16 together. I'm just going to sit here for a minute, let these guys come out. Well, I think I probably passed the educational part of this. That was actually a really good example, so maybe I should go ahead and cut this stream, and then so I can just play my game. The rest of it's probably going to be fairly boring, but this was a really good demonstration of how I do it, and so I think I'm going to go ahead and put this one here on YouTube. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Our group page is bp.battlevortex.tv, and feel free to join that page, and you'll get all kinds of other updates. We basically take care of the forum news for everybody, and we do get special guests from time to time, and we also provide educational content for Battle Pirate players. Have a good one.